Hello there and welcome to BNetTV.com. I'm Michelle Sklar. We're here at CES 2008 in Las Vegas, and I am joined by Villu Arak from Skype. Very exciting. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. So for some of our viewers that are maybe just tuning in to us for the first time, just give us a brief overview about your company.
Skype is an internet communication company. We were founded about 4 years ago and basically exploded onto the scene. People were used to very expensive phone calls. The bills when they came in were terrible. What we did was we provided the software that people could download and put on their computers and make calls for free anywhere in the world.
It's interesting now because it's almost like Skype has become a household name, like you would refer to Googling something. Oh, did you Skype someone? How did you guys, was it just sort of a fluke that you kind of fit into the niche market at that time? Was it a branding strategy? I mean, everywhere I go, people just think of Skype almost as another form of communicating with people.
I think what Skype did was it tapped into an unmet need. Certainly Skype was not the first company to offer internet calls for nothing, but what we really focused on in the early days, and still do today, is the user experience. It must be grandmother friendly. You must be able to download it, install it, start using it. You know, no messing with port setups and unplugging stuff and configuring things. Simplicity. That's the key word. Right.
It's interesting, the adoption for different types of technologies sort of had a lag in growth, if you will, and all of a sudden it's completely soared. But again, Skype has been one of those things that we've been talking about for the last several years in particular. What are some of your thoughts on what the adoption rate has been for Skype?
Well, where we are today is Skype has more than 246 million registered users. The U.S., if I'm not mistaken, has 300 million people here. So our global user base is something that pleases us enormously.
Yes.
Obviously, the way that we got there, we had to grow very fast. It's not something that can continue on in perpetuity, but we're very pleased with the way that people respond to the product that we have and continue to do so. And the reason that we're here at CES this year is to show the people that already use Skype and the people that perhaps are considering it that you don't need to be tied down to your computer anymore. You can take Skype, slide it in your pocket.
That's actually a perfect segue to my next question as far as, I mean, not only do you guys have some new announcements, but once again, certainly as far as the growth of your company and adoption is concerned, you're now moving into more of the mobile arena.
Absolutely.
Tell us how that's working.
What we found was 80% of Skype users told us that they would like to use Skype on the road. Using it on a computer is fine. You get full functionality. But we don't spend our lives at the desk. We go to sports games, we go to work, we ride on a train. So what we're trying to do now is bring people away to use Skype on the road on a wide variety of devices.
Right, we have a society on the go.
We absolutely do. Some people may not like that, but we're definitely addressing a demand there. So what we've done during the past year or so is to work with a number of partners, hardware partners, to bring out things like Wi-Fi phones, make Skype available for smartphones, Windows mobile-based devices, internet tablets. Late last year, we had a very exciting development in Europe and Australia, where a mobile provider called 3 launched a product called 3 Skype phone with us. I actually have it right here with me. Basically what it is it's a mobile phone that has Skype integrated into it.
It has the Skype branding on it.
It has the Skype branding on it, and it's actually a Skype button. All you need to do is click this button. You're online all the time. You can make free Skype phone calls anywhere in the world.
So once again, you guys are a step ahead of the rest of us.
I wouldn't want to put it quite that way because we don't want the rest of you to be behind.
No, I understand that. But once again, you know, I think the ability to just be able to tune in exactly where people are at and what they need versus waiting for that demand to push you. You're helping to sort of create that, but it fits where people are at. If I have one button on my phone that I can just push and away I go, my life is made that much easier.
Absolutely. And today, the way that the direction in which we're moving is, when you look at connectivity today and the way that people connect to the internet, wireless connectivity is becoming a blanket that kind of wraps around the earth. not all of us need to know what particular technology is being used, but what we're trying to do at Skype is to work with our partners, work with our own developers to make Skype available no matter where you are, no matter what service you're using, no matter, and try to recognize what kind of a device you're using yourself so that Skype is actually available to you.
Right.
So definitely mobility is a big thing for us right now. And,
one other thing you've got.
the other device here is a product called the N810 Internet Tablet. It was introduced by Nokia a couple of months ago, a follow-up to something that they announced last year at CES called the N800 Internet Tablet. So Skype is available for this device. It's a Wi-Fi enabled device. You can take it with you. Wi-Fi areas pretty much ubiquitous these days. You can make free calls, you can make Skype out calls, very cheap calls to landlines and mobiles anywhere in the world, and you can instant message on this thing.
Fantastic. Well, that's great. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate that. We've been speaking with Villu Arak from Skype, and we're down here at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. I'm Michelle Sklar with BNetTV.com.